Guys, what's going on? It's a Blockable right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now, as always, we will be covering the charts and we'll go through the watch list and take a look at some of the biggest gainers for today. But ultimately, GALA is playing out beautifully. Now, it is ironic. Yesterday, I did post a video titled "I Was Wrong, XRP." Okay. Ironically, in that video, I was discussing how GALA could run up to 4-4, and look at where we are now, guys. We have actually tagged 4-4 in this particular video, so that was my initial sort of target for GALA to run up, and that's what it's done. So even though I can be wrong, more often than not, I am right. And like I said, 40% of the world's best traders, professional institutional traders, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, wherever they work for, Citibank, Citadel, or whoever they work for, they'll only get it right 40% of the time. And I'll tell you what, my hit rate from sort of current trades is a lot better than that. And it helps because it looks as if we're going into a bull market now. You know, we got Donald Trump coming in as well. He's won US elections. He's to come into office in literally 17 days from today. Today's the 3rd of January. So it's all looking very, very positive. Do you know what I mean? It definitely helps when there's volatility in the market. But at the moment, GALA looks to be running into the 200-day moving average. Again, that is an institutional moving average, guys. So there's probably going to be some sort of profit taken, and we could fall down to these sort of two previous peaks here. So I imagine a little bit of volatility around here, maybe get a bounce, and then, you know, look at maybe shaving some profits off. You know, that's about a 10% correction. You know what I mean? It's not massive, but it is what it is. If you're dealing with large sums like myself, I've got over 6 figures now already in GALA. So although I have got some dry powder ready for XRP, I'm still obviously actively trading the markets when I do spot opportunities like this particular one on GALA. So that is GALA. Ultimately, I would like to see if we just come out now onto the daily. I've just drawn in this red sort of horizontal line. Oh, it's not horizontal, but you see the diagonal line sort of catching these sort of daily closes, if you will. So this is sort of resistance now before GALA goes into these sort of parabolic moves, in my opinion. So we've already broken the wedge down here, this white trend line, broken, retest, and now GALA is looking, in my opinion, we could overcome this sort of initial target. I haven't got any take profit orders at the moment. I'm happy just to keep this one running for the time being, because I'm not really fussed about a 10% dip. I'll just ride the 10% dip out because, you know, I enjoy being in the market, and then we'll look to get up to this sort of red line just prior to 6 cent. Yeah, if we can get up there before sort of 20th of January, and then from 20th of January it's going to be fireworks, and then we can start running up some of this sort of previous historic price action where we've got all-time highs up at 84 cent here. So that is massive at the moment. That's almost like a 20x for GALA just to get to all-time highs. Now, if you've got 6 figures in that, do the maths. You know, you're looking at a minimum sort of $2 million. If you're in dollar terms, a lot of my audience is American, so it is what it is, guys. GALA looking fantastic at the moment. We're just going to filter through now. Top gainers, we've got Dodge up there, got HBAR. Let's just take a look at HBAR at the moment, actually. Just see where we are. It looks like we did break down this sort of structure for HBAR. So at the moment, HBAR is still bearish despite the sort of decent returns on the sort of daily here, because, like I say, we have broken and fell through. We're on the wrong side of this sort of TA here in terms of the structure. However, we have got this sort of 50-day moving average here. So at some point, I do expect HBAR to sort of retest this 50-day moving average over on the daily. We did have that sort of bull cross there, golden cross, and that kind of signaled that sort of impulse there. So HBAR's doing really well, but I do expect some sort of drawbacks, certainly before the 20th of January. Quant's looking all right. Quant has underperformed massively. You can see Quant is already resting upon the 50-day moving average. So I expect, obviously, a lot of the other ISO coins to sort of, follow suit, if you will. If I have got dry capital and you are looking at getting in the markets, Quant's probably your best sort of option, but we still have that risk of falling down into the wedge again prior to the sort of 20th of January. If there is a black swan event, again, it's all probabilities, possibilities, everything is risk to reward. But in my opinion, out of all the ISO coins, Quant is probably the best risk to reward at the moment. So if you're looking at getting into, for example, like HBAR, XRP, XDC, and XLM or whatever, I'd be looking at Quant personally. Yeah, if the dry powder re-entering the market, Let's take a look at XRP. Again, this is what I initially got wrong, because initially when I dragged it out, this is what I was aiming for. This is where XRP is exactly trading at the moment. So I do still expect the rollover. And if XRP is going to do it, other cryptos are possibly going to do it as well. And when I stretched it out and I replaced it, that's what happened. Again, just going over yesterday's video where I got it wrong. So this is where I said it was going to go down. This is why we've gone up ultimately. So it's an easy mistake to make, which is, again, I'm wrong ultimately. I just didn't pay, not that I didn't pay attention. I do these videos live. I don't go back and cut stuff out. The only time I edit it is obviously the actual sort of design in the outlay, because obviously I put myself in the box over here and I've got my logo. I've got the website above, theblockbulls.com, if you guys need exit strategies. So besides that, I actually don't cut the raw footage. Yeah. So if I'm trying to bring it down here, which is what I believe will happen down here, it's going to distort it. So clearly, anyhow, that is XRP. XRP is looking good from a naked eye point of view, but because I've got that fractal, I know for a fact, and obviously going from historical data, that is, it's going to fool a lot of people ultimately. This is why I'm in other sort of cryptos like GALA, for example, because the risk to reward is much better, much favourable in my opinion, because it's yet to really run up. Let's take a look at VELO as well, see where we're getting. Again, we need to invalidate the sort of three peaks here, triple top in TA terms. So ultimately, VELO is trying to invalidate this three peak structure. Okay, and then we can invalidate the triple top. So in my view, to start invalidating this, we need to get up to about 3.3. So it's about roughly a 10% move for VELO. Is it going to get that 10% move that it badly needs in order to sort of flip sort of ultra bear? Okay, not sure. We'll have to see. But ultimately, again, we've still not retested the 50-day down here, the blue line. Yeah, so I'd expect a pullback anyway for VELO. There's another coin that did one earlier. Who was it? I forget. Was it HBAR? It might have been Quant, actually, that was resting on top of the 50-day. Yeah, I'm sure it was. So that's VELO. Have we got XDC in the building? We have 8.5 at the moment. So XDC did really well. We did retest. You can see this falling wedge. And this falling wedge ran into the 50-day moving average. So these two moving averages are institutional and they come into play all the time. So in terms of entries, this is where the smart money's getting in, at the 50 and 200-day moving average. Now, ultimately, you need to be on the daily time frame. However, in my opinion, 4-hour works really well as well if you are sort of day trading. If you're swing trading, the daily is obviously better because you can see all these daily candles here. They go weeks before you actually tag any sort of moving averages. Yeah, last time we hit the 50-day moving average, when we actually penetrated that and kind of flipped bear into bull with XDC, was on the 7th of November there. So this blue sort of moving average here, so that's 50-day, and then we've not touched it there until there, and that's when we get the pop, and then that's when we break the structure of this falling wedge. Yeah, so that was on the 1st of January. Funnily enough, new year, new candle. And XDC is looking really well, but again, I do feel like it's going to run into sort of some sort of similar troubles to XRP. The thing is with XDC is, again, is the fact that XDC was trading, and I'm going to show you guys where it was trading at the time of Bitcoin halving, because I believe these prices are absolutely pivotal. So if you guys are looking to re-enter the money, the markets with your dry powder, look at where you was trading around the 19th of April, which was a Bitcoin halving, which is there. Okay, so in my opinion, that is sort of your safety net. So XDC was trading at around, I'm going to say just shy of 4 cents. Yeah, so worst case scenario, and what we'll do is we'll mark it out here. Just mark it out. Yeah, that's close enough. This is why I don't apply alt TA. Look at that. It looks like a right mess. So much TA. So that's the 19th there. So this yellow line is what we're interested in. So for me, the risk to reward would be measured from this yellow horizontal line. So worst case scenario, from sort of current price action, if we was to fall and roll over, I'd be looking at 54%. Whereas XRP coming down from wherever it's trading at the moment is at about $2.44, $2.45. You've got this 50 cent area. Yeah, and then you've got all these other two shells as well. So let's just scroll out to show you guys. So from current price action down to this sort of second shelf, you're looking at that's the sort of similar drop XDC would face if it was to fall. Okay, and the 200-day moving average is down here, so that is likely, in my opinion, which is currently trading around 91, 92 cent. Institutional levels, okay, this is where smart money enters the market. Smart money isn't really buying up here, okay, it's too pricey. Yeah, ideally, you want to wait for the 200-day, which is down there. I could look at loading up XRP around 92, 93 cent, and then I'll keep some sort of dry powder or rotate profits from the likes of GALA that are just getting going. Okay, and then I can fill my bag. I can, get back into the top 1% of XRP holders. And then what I'll do is I'll just hodl then up until our first sort of targets, which are outlined in the sort of XRP and XDC plans. Link below in the description, theblockbulls.com. Okay, so again, risk to reward isn't great at the moment because, even if XRP gets up to $10, yeah, it's still only a 4x. Round this up to 250. It's only a 4x. You might as well go and buy Bitcoin. I'm not interested in 4x. Like XRP has already catapulted 5x. Yeah, so the money is made at the lows. So as soon as you do a 5x, there's not really a lot of money to be made unless you're holding and hodling right until the end of the bull cycle. Okay, fair enough. If that's your strategy, fair enough. But I'm looking to always rotate profits. So if I see a 3 to 5x, I'm taking profits and rotating it into something that hasn't moved yet. Okay, so that is where we stand at the moment, guys. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back hopefully Sunday or Monday. Going to keep GALA running for now, and I'll reassess on Sunday. I'll probably post something over on X to update you guys with what I'm doing with my position. But ultimately, I'm letting GALA trade breathe at the moment because I'm up significantly. Bloody hell, it's going again. Still going. See what I mean? Before we close out here, see this sort of area here. This is a sort of resistance on the daily candle. And I know that because this is where you get the close and the bounce. So there's going to be some sort of resistance there, in my opinion. Can we tackle it, or will we roll back over to, this sort of 50-day moving average in the blue? That's a strong probability. So as soon as these cryptos get moving, it becomes really difficult because, you have to start making key decisions. When it's all low priced, like prior to US elections, you're buying at a very cheap price ultimately. So you get your 3 to 5x, cash out, sit back out of the markets and wait for the markets to come to you, let them retrace, and then you re-enter, which is exactly what I've done, which is why I'm making a lot of money at the moment, guys. Yeah, I'm not here to brag. I'm just telling you guys, yeah, for every wrong call I get, I probably get 5 or 6 right. Do you know what I mean? So it's just the nature of the game, guys. But yeah, gonna leave it with you. I've been the Block Bull. Until next time, enjoy your weekend. The Block Bull over and out.